In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all a very simple trading strategy that I use to double my money on Friday today, and to also help our members double, triple, and quadruple their money as well, as you see right here on the screen. All right, a quick shout out to one of our members who managed to turn $42,000 into $86,000 in one day with this trade that I'm about to show y'all. We're gonna go back to the P&L, but before we do that, let's check out the trade. So the trade that we took between Thursday to Friday was on Tesla. All right, now the reason why we took a trade on Tesla is because I have been bullish on the stock for quite some time. If you look on the 4-hour time frame, there is this bull flag right over here, and if you are new to trading and don't know what a bull flag is, this is the example right here. All right, but let's look at some other examples on Google right here on the side. As you can see, there's bull flags right around here, multiple examples of it. All right, this one is also nice. This one looks exactly like the one that we're looking at with Tesla. So let's go back on here. Now I saw this Tesla bull flag on the 30th, and then when I saw it breaking out, I put out in the Discord on May 30th that it was going to go all the way up to that circle at 240. The reason why is because patterns tend to repeat themselves over and over again, and this is one situation where everything was lining up perfectly. Tesla was breaking out with some good solid volume, and we managed to take a lot of trade in between the 30th till now, in and out, making money on Tesla as it goes up. But the last trade that we took on Friday is the following right over here. All right, so where is it? This is, let me close that out and let's go down. So this was Tesla. All right, and let's go over here. So I took a trade on it with the 250 contracts that expired on the 16th, because I thought that the stock was going to go to 240 the next day. And the reason why I thought so was because of this. We're gonna change this to the 5-minute, and we're gonna look at this. All right, the initial move on Thursday, I missed it because we were trading HD, which played out really well. I posted a short video on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's on there. I'm also gonna post it on YouTube so that y'all can see it as well. But I missed this trade right here, and it was showing a lot of strength going into Friday. It closed at the very high of day of 234, and I thought that 240 wasn't too far-fetched and that it could make a move up there the next day. That's why we decided to buy those contracts right over here, and then I started selling them the next day. Like as soon as it opened up at 250, and all of the 0 DTE contracts were up by like 10x, and our contracts were up over 200%. That's when I started to sell. As soon as it opened, I sold some right here, and then I started to wait to see if it could break a key level, but unfortunately it didn't. At 9:35, I was out of Tesla completely. Now that key level that I'm talking about is right up here. All right, so I sold some at the open, and I was patiently waiting to see if it could really push and break above the previous high. Like it tried to do so and then slowly started to roll over. Hence my exits on this trade in this candle right there. And ever since then, it's been trading sideways. All right, now the main question that a lot of you may have is that where could Tesla go? All right, where is Tesla going to go within the next few days? I think that the move is not quite done yet. If you go on the daily time frame, there is a gap right here at 261. I was waiting for that key level to break above and hopefully some more volume. I thought it was going to get there today on Friday, but unfortunately it didn't. So that next move might be delayed until the next week. All right, so definitely keep your eyes on Tesla for a move to 261. It could potentially go even higher. All right, so keep your eyes on that one. Now, apart from Tesla, there were some other plays that we were looking at as well for a swing into Friday. I'm gonna show y'all right quick. All right, so the trades that we were looking at, again, this is the discords, and on Thursday afternoon, Docu had earnings. Again, this is Tesla. Where is Docu at? There is Docu. So on Docu had earnings on Thursday, and since the stock was so low, I figured that they were going to crush earnings, and the other stock in this specific sector were going to get some volume and some momentum. All right, one stock specifically that we were looking at was Adobe. All right, and the reason why I put right here, the top of Adobe should be 480, and the reason why I put that there is because of this. We're gonna go onto here and we're gonna look at Adobe. All right, and Adobe is showing a bullish pennant. Again, if you've been following this channel, if you subscribe, you know that this is my favorite structure. All right, we've been able to make some money on this one on the way up as well. And the last move, which was perfectly set up by the Docu earnings, was this one, this massive jump from 438 all the way up to 462. It didn't quite make it to 480, but I think that's going to hit at some point next week. All right, so definitely keep your eyes on this one as well. There may be a potential pullback on Monday just to retest the 9 SMA at around 440 before we curl back around and really go for 480. All right, the other stock that we were looking at on between Thursday and Friday was Netflix. All right, and if you haven't watched my previous video, one of my previous videos, I showed you how the short video that I put out. Yeah, I put out a short on how I turned like 1.3K into 5K between here and here. Right now, this was like the perfect time to go back in again for a long, because it was testing, it was bouncing off the 9 SMA and setting up perfectly for a move up here. I told y'all in the previous video, like many videos ago, that this thing, the price target for this one was at least 440. All right, and it's not quite there yet. Today it jumped from, let's see here, let's go to Netflix. All right, so it jumped from 408 all the way up to 420 and then consolidated throughout the entire day. I don't think this is done yet. I do not think so. So next week, these are the 3 stocks that y'all should definitely be focused on for next week. I don't think that they're quite done yet. All right, some of my members were able to make some money on not just Tesla but also Adobe and Netflix as well. So yeah, this is how they did. It starts out over here. All right, this member right here decided to take the 0 DTEs on Tesla instead of the 616 contracts and made a lot more money. They made 700% on those calls swinging overnight. They also took Adobe calls, as I mentioned. Again, those contracts were up by quite a bit. Along with W, that one had a bullish pennant that was forming and pushing throughout the entire week, like throughout the past 2 weeks. And then this one, Ford. All right, another person made triple their money, and this one was from Tesla. All right, from those 616 contracts. Another person bought 0 DTEs on Tesla. They bought it at 176 per contract, and they sold all of them at around 1180. per contract, making them 10 times their money. All right, somebody else took Netflix, probably a day trade. And again, shout out to this person for killing it this week with the 44 grand in profit in one day. All right. Another person also tripled their money on Tesla by making $14,000 right here. All right, so this is pretty much how we did for this week, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to demolish the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot and allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you're new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, the chart structure, the details of the contracts, the price target, you can find all of that in the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't followed me on social media yet, you can find me at Paul Nguma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, there's some basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to have all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get some free stocks after setting up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.